Alright, welcome everyone. My name is Paula Phillips, also known as JournalArtista. And these are my 4 faces. Not my faces, but yeah, the cat is very cartoonish, I guess. And that's my Bella. And this is Buddha. And this is I don't know who. So maybe one of these times. Now I gotta do a man next, I guess. Well, I guess Buddha's a man, technically. Hey, Jess. Well, I like my Bella. I think it's pretty good. Half decent, as I like to say. So I've got how many more postcards here in this series? Here. This one, it's different. Hey, Sue. Uh, hmm. Yeah, so I got 6 postcards in this series, and then the backs. So that's 12. And then I'm going to bind it. And then I shall bind it. So I did that today while watching Dee Dee a little bit until I fell asleep. The medication, I upped my dosage. I think I told you last time, and I'm telling you, it makes me so drowsy. It's unbelievable. Like no amounts of caffeine or coffee is helping. So but also the other night, was that yesterday? No, Monday. Yesterday? Whatever I streamed the jelly plate. I had some so I put it I hope so. I hope you get used to it, but the dosage it has to go up every 2 weeks by a pill. So I don't know. Anyway, um, hey Cargrim and Torquay, Caroline. So, anyways, we did. I just found some of the pages we did yesterday. Was that last night? I'm all confused. Yesterday, I guess, in the afternoon sometime. Hey, Lucy Jean. And I just put the duct tape because I don't know if I tried to staple too many together, but the staples were coming out. And then, no, it couldn't have been Monday night. Anyway, so it's like a starter thing. I might give it away. I'm not sure. Because not everyone. I didn't when we were doing the jelly plate stuff. I didn't put. I didn't do both sides of the jelly plate. So I stapled that. I didn't really. I just haven't been the same. I guess I did put on this. We're lost. Oh, I guess I should move my camera a little bit down. Uh-oh, didn't like that. Whatever I did. I missed Joyce. I fell asleep halfway through Dee Dee's stream. Oh boy, I was just hurting today. Which is why I had to go to the gym late. What did you say? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So what do you guys want to see tonight? Any suggestions? I did finish this. I just added some. We did this on Saturday. I added some ink to the. Does that look fuzzy to you, or is it just me? Night, Jamie. That looks fuzzy, eh? Weird. Maybe that's a little bit better. I don't know. I think it's just my poor computer can't handle it. Because if I put it on high resolution, it'll just like shut everything down. Hey, Tina. Oh, she did show the... Hey, Rose. I even forget what I sent her, to be honest. Anyway. So yeah, I just put some of the sticker on there. So I want to finish these pages. I've got so many backgrounds going on in here that it's, I need to finish some stuff. Yeah, I need a new computer. Or start using Simon's and then he'll get mad at me. He'll get mad at me. Nobody's giving me any suggestions what they want to see. I didn't know if I'd be home on time, so I haven't planned anything. I got the big thing planned for Saturday. I'm writing a blog post of supplies in case anybody wants to follow along, so we can make some background starters. So it'll be a little different than the book. It'll be the same type of concept where we'll have certain supplies and then time limits on each thing. How often do I finish my art journal when I look at it? Sometimes it could be months, sometimes depends. It all depends. Most of the time it's only to show you guys I'll bring out the old ones. So anyways, I got something. I'm gonna post on my blog tomorrow the list so that you guys can all. Tomorrow's Thursday, yeah. So you can all prepare. But what shall we do tonight? I have a funny glare too tonight. Oh. I think on Saturday I'm gonna get my OT light and see if I can put the OT light somewhere else so that it won't. Maybe we have a little bit better lighting. Make some cards. Oh, that's been a long time. I don't know the last time I made a card, to be honest. A long, long time ago. Ooh, can't wait to get my stencils. I gotta send my $19 shipping to Blue Moon. I think, I guess originally what I wanted to do was, I wanted to do a file folder. I'm having fun with the file folders to give them away. It's a nice little thing, and then people can make their. Hopefully, people are making their own tags to put in them. Let's see. I gotta find a blank one. Ooh, Gina's here, right? Gina's still here. I was watching part of. I don't know if Gina saw my box. So I saw the Joyce's stream where you were saying that I was watching on my phone, which I can see chat, but I can't add chat. The last bit of it there. And you were saying how you had to fold it, and then you couldn't see from the paper, you couldn't see the, you know, the top of it. So I made these, I don't know why I'm pointing at the ruler. I made these tags for all of the, and an assembly line. Well, that's what I was going to do. So the page is 12 by, and it was just scrap of paper cut down, 12 by 8 and, I don't know, almost 3/4. So when I made these tags, then that's what's going to stick up. That's what sticks up in the box. But it's still nice, like when you flip through it, you can still see the paper. But that's what sticks up anyways in mine. And I actually, like, this is my architecture folder. I rip off the top that sticks out, and then I always put like a little, like Dee Dee does, put a tag there, a little label, architecture. So, cause that part sticked up. Oh my goodness, here we go again. That part stuck up higher, so that's what I cut down. I don't have much architecture stuff in here. And I put a clip on all of them closed because I found they were opening in my thing. I have nothing. I don't have much architecture. Ta-da! There's 0. I have them in piles over there, so I haven't put it in yet. Anyways, I looked at that thinking to find a file folder, so hold on. Here we go. This is a used one. Well, I have a lot of architecture. I just have it in a pile over there. I guess I didn't file it yet. So, I want to do one for ATC sized. So I'm going to cut that part off, actually. If I can find my... I'm just going to cut the top off. A little bit. The letters are the same height as the subjects. Well, it's kind of made to flip through too, so... Alright. My mind's not working tonight. What's it? Oh. Sorry, if I make grunting noise, I'll try not to make all the grunting noises. I'll try not to. It'll be hard. Alright. So I think if I want to do ATC sizes, then maybe I'll cut it in half again and do it that way. I'm talking to myself. Yeah, it doesn't like the... I'll have to put the Brilla. Can watch Brilla. Because this is, you know, the original way Dee Dee showed us is to open it sideways, right? Fold it up. And you would fold it into 4. Alright, let me just... I guess we can make one this size. Why not? Why not? I like to fold it before I decorate it. I am just... My mind, you know, for the past couple days, I can't... I'm going to buy this big... at the dollar store, I'm going to buy a big Bristol board, and I'm going to do a big mind mapping about, you know, what I want to do job-wise. And just, you know, brainstorm things that I'm interested in, decide what I'm going to do here. I have to start somewhere. I can't count that they're going to keep me. I hope so, right? But you never know. Anyway, but I like to fold it first because I figured I could do it in an art journal, the mind mapping, right? But there's so many things I'm interested in. So I could have like, in the middle I have like work. And then I'll have a branch art, right? So what can I do to make money that way? And then other things I'm interested in. I could put, safety and quality. And, what would I do to try to find a job in that field, or what would I need to do there? Or maybe fitness. I'm really interested in fitness, right? So, maybe I could become a personal trainer. What kind of courses what would I have to do that? And then, well, maybe art and fitness go together. There's lots of things that I could do, classes I could teach that merge the two. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Well, I'm going to at least start buying the thing. Safety first, yeah. It's hard. It's hard when you've worked, one job your entire life. Well, two. I did manage a scrapbook store for a while, but I still was working at the factory at the same time. Okay, so I'm just folding into the middle. I think you guys, a lot of you have already seen this. Yeah, so if anybody has any suggestions, I'm all ears. Oh, man. Anybody wants to hire me. So as I was saying, I like to fold it first so that I know when I'm decorating it, I know that, this is going to be the front pocket. This is such. Well, that was a fast trip to the store there, Julie. So then when it's all folded up, excuse me, you have a choice whether you want the pocket on the outside or the pocket starting on the inside, which I like better. I like to have, for some reason, I like to have this as the opening, and I like to have the things there. So anyway, I cut off the top, or else it would be longer, but you can make it any size that you want. So let's see what I just eyeballed this fold up into the middle. It doesn't have to be specific. Ooh, that's pretty good. Almost exactly 3 inches. And this is exactly 1 inch. Look, I gotta show you. Did I measure that? I don't think so. That's pretty decent. I'm pretty, that was a good eyeball there. Anyway, the rest of it is 7.5. What the devil? I will never do that again. There'd be no way that I get those exact measurements again. Strange. And then in the pocket is 3 3/4. So 7.5 and 3 3/4. It's an odd size, but it does fit a tag. One of the just barred here. One of the well, just barely the ginormous tags from Tim Holtz. Just barely. But the next size down is the better, I think, is the better size, which is the ones that I don't have anymore because they don't sell them at Staples. I have very few. I'm just deciding if I want to cut this down even more, or just keep it that size, and then just I'll just decorate it this size. Figure out what to put in it later. I don't know why it just stopped. Is that too low now? I don't know why it stopped. Oh, this, I'll use some basic gray. I found this at, oh brother. I found this at HomeSense, which is like Home Goods. And it's this whole, like they bound it. There's like plastic or, you know, rubber there. And it's all basic gray, but it's all different basic gray. Like this is all, like this is Urban Couture, Wasali, Little Back Dress, Lime Ricky, Erie, Kissing Booth, Scarlet's Letter, oh, Blurge. Yeah, strange. All the different ones. So, maybe I'll use one of these. Curio, Jovial. Well, that's nice. I never had that. Junebug. Figgy Pudding. Well, I'll have some Figgy Pudding. Wisteria. Some of them are double-sided and some of them aren't. I guess the more recent ones, they started doing double-sided, eh? Hopscotch. This is my favorite. Out of Print's my absolute favorite basic gray. Okay. I think I liked this hopscotch one because then you can use both sides here. Okay, so this is, I chose the paper first because I'm going to take it, I'm going to use it as the inspiration. Just reading the quick thing. Okay, so I like this blue, just like my shirt. I think I'm going to do lime green and blue. And then I can work in the pink later. So I'm just going to use some apple barrel pear, some craft paint here. Now this is the bubblegum pink I'll use later. And this blue. Turquoise? No, turquoise. Uh-oh, shake, shake, shake. Yeah, Calypso, that's what I was looking for. That's Calypso Blue from Americana. Okay. So I'll put that off to the side. Ooh. I'm going to get my D palette, and then hopefully that'll stop it from going wonky. Hey Lisa, hey Brenda. Okay, so put this on the inside. I guess I'll do blue on the inside. I'm not putting down any gesso, but You absolutely could. As soon as I put some blue paint on here, it's gonna stop the autofocus craziness. So because, you know, I'm going to have lots of layers and stuff, I'm not going to paint the entire thing. You know, but if you're going to do this, feel free. Got to make it your own, right? Maybe you want to use a smaller brush. I saw Joyce today using, you know, her credit card. Or, no, well, it was a scraper anyways. But, so, again, this is why I fold it up. So I know there's no need to put paint down here, right? Because it's going to be folded up. And I need some more blue. And I like to have this edge, I like to have this edge the same as my back, but you can paint it whatever color you want to paint it. Okay. I got a little bit of blue left, so let's get out this book. Add some blue. A putty knife. Joyce had used a putty knife today. Yeah, I wanted to show Barb. There's a couple minutes I got to see with Joyce. You guys, they were talking about these big pads. But the lid comes off. So I don't know what Barb's talking about. It's a big stamp. I mean, I believe you should have both big and small pads. But it does come off. You'll have one of the older sides. It definitely comes off. I mean, this one I just bought from Michael's too. Some of the old ones don't, that's for sure. Some of the old ones don't, but you see the hinge. No slit in it. Okay, so let's get the green before my camera stops. Hey, Darcy. Alright, so a little bit of lime green. Same thing. So then again, this is going to be the back of the folder. Jeez, when you don't gesso, you sure do use a lot more paint because it just sinks right in. Oh, I better put my Bella over here. I don't want to get paint on it. Well, I guess I should show a close up for when Dee Dee looks at the recording. I painted my Bella, and then today I also did a cat. But I like Bella. So this does, when you fold it up, right, you do see the green there, so you want to make sure you paint. That's why I like to fold it first, so you don't get to show what again? The ink pad? Or my Bella? Alright, 1 second. I'm just using a cheap brush from Michaels. I think they're actually the artist locked ones. The 1-inch brush. Alright, so I'll show it again while this dries. Yeah, you need to see if the hinges. Alright, see how it's not solid across here? See, there's a little gap right there. That's what you gotta look for. Oop, I'm shaky. Oop, it's clear. So I always hold it like this. And you have to make it so that it's, the easiest for me anyways, is that when it's like 90 degrees. Right? If you hold it 90 degrees in both hands, you slapped yourself in the face. I'm sorry. That's bad news. Did you do the face plant? Like, so maybe you should do it like this, right? Watch. I'll put it closed. If you just put your fingers here and pull up, so you're supporting it there. Got it, Joyce? Hey, Laurel? Put your finger here. Like that. If you have any of the older, smaller pads, they do the same. The old style small pads, they do the same. Joyce is trying. Here's my manganese. Hold it like this. Put your finger at the top. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so now we have such. So now I just like to, you know, I'm following the basic way that I did the Paris one. The way I did this. Oh my goodness, I'm so sore. Woo! Hey, Dale. Alright. I'm just going to rip off Okay. So I always like to you did censored likes your keyboard. Your ink pad likes your keyboard. Alright, so I'm just going to use some Scotch Quick Dry. Now you can put as little or as much paper as you want. I just like to remember that, you know, where the folds are. I just want to make sure I get paper on each one of the folds. Not necessarily has to be over the folds, but that helps so that you have paper on each section, I guess is the right thing. What I'm trying to say here. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Everybody's... So this could be as messy or as neat as you want. Oh look, so I was talking. So this is not very smart. It's folded up and I put a piece of paper there. Oh well, it's stuck now. Again, it's how not to decorate one of these. Yeah. So always make sure you test it out. That glue sticks well. You broke a prong. You're supposed to be gentle. Okay, so now we can see that it's up there. Oh boy, I'm gonna get hate mail now. Hate mail. When I did the other one with En Francais, the Prima collection, because I did like 5 file folders, I had more than one. I chose more than one design, more than one pattern, and I mixed and matched on all the different folders. But because we're just going to do one tonight, so you absolutely could use scraps to do this. It would be a good way to use up your scraps. Just to show you, if you're not this type of, yeah, you know, if you like a little bit more refined, shall we say, you know, when I made this one, I cut the paper to just so that you could see a border, right? I put this one on the inside, but so you don't have to go all willy-nilly with it. You could you can make it nice and even if you want. And then on the back of this one, I just put the panels, the full panels. Now, I mean, I inked them up and painted them and all that goodness, but you could do it that way. Well, Jess, you just may not have scraps of the paper that you want to use. Not everybody saves scrap like you saves this little tiny piece, you know. However, I shouldn't have said that because now Joyce is definitely going to send me emails saying that she wants that tiny little piece. Oh. So same thing, right? You gotta remember when this folds up, I do want to put a few little pieces of paper there. They told you to throw yours out today. Your tiny little piece of... I mean, I'm not saying don't, you know, it just gets overwhelming sometimes if you use a lot of paper. And when you're not organized like me, it gets out of hand real quick. The tiny scraps out for sure. But I do keep paper that I have, well, more than one like this of scraps. But I don't. Anyway, okay, so I got paper here. Don't save scraps smaller than 4-inch square. You won't use them. Exactly. Well, unless it's an absolutely favorite paper, even then. But sometimes, you know, I have this on my desk too, which kind of random stuff goes in that I figure one day I challenge myself to use the desk scraps. So I might have a tiny piece of paper in here, like this, where I'll challenge myself to maybe make something out of it. But even then, you know, I don't have too much, you know, I kept this. But it's not very often. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and the next step that I always go through, if you want to follow along, is whatever color I put on the back is what I'm going to put on the front, and vice versa. So I'm going to use the green again. This happens to be Pear by Apple Barrel. I'm going to use a little bit smaller brush, so I like my 3/4 inch brushes. 3/4 inch flats. Gonna load it up. And I'm just gonna cover the edges. No need to do this one, it's on the inside. So I'm using a fairly dry brush. I do, you know, I buy cheaper brushes and I do keep them in water. But anyway, what was I trying to say here? Yeah, so I make sure when I take it out of the water, I have a dry baby wipe over here, and I just kind of dab the rest of the paint off. And so it's pretty much a dry brush. You got a portfolio water-soluble oils? Oh yeah, portfolios are definitely a must-have. That's for sure. So I'm trying to just, you know, I'm just going side to side or up or down, but it all depends on whatever style you want to do. So I'm just trying to, you know, kind of make the paper, I'm trying to make the paper blend in. Now, it would have been much better if I put gesso and then put the paint, but, you know, we're going to put more layers on it later. I'm going to flip it over and do the opposite color on this. You showed all your punches today, Joyce. Alright, where did it go? Well, we've done a lot of things with portfolios over time. Okay, so same thing with the blue on the other side. So this paint's going to sink right into the scrapbook paper. If you want to get all fancy, you could put clear gesso or matte medium on the top so that it doesn't sink in. And you can wipe it back a little bit, but I am not too worried about it. We're going to put some stamping on top of this. We're going to put stencils, so we're kind of just making some background texture. Yeah, I normally would put gesso on. If I was doing an art journal page, I would put gesso on these edges and then the blue paint. You were right. And I would wipe it back and all that goodness, but not today. So when it folds up, you're going to have that. All right, so what do we got here? We got some flowers. Just trying to think what I want to stamp on top of it, that's all. I think I'm going to use this. This is an old CTMH, close to my heart stamp. Very old. Like from the 90s old. Okay. I don't know where to put my coffee. That's bad news. So I'm stamping it in black. Again, we're just making some texture. So I don't care if it's not fully stamped. Some bugs, that would be a good top layer, yeah. It's more about texture, right? Because we're going to add some more paint and goodness on there. So it doesn't have to be a background stamp either. You could use, yeah, like you could use a butterfly, flower, well, any stamp you want. Oop, bad news. I'm stood up. That's what I like about this type of project is you can make it as complicated as you want or as mindless as you want. Good way to just jumpstart your creativity because I'm not, not thinking too much. We chose a piece of paper. We chose paint colors based on that. All right. Randomly chose a stamp that was closest to me and So the paper on the other side has a kind of plain print. However, I think I'm going to use it. You don't have to add this second layer of paper, but I think I shall. You know, am I freezing to everybody else? Hey, Annie Bella? Oh, okay. Just on my own little computer, I guess. You know, I could get as fancy. Normally, I'd be inking the edges, then sticking it down, then adding gesso, then the paint. But sometimes it's just fun to just play. It doesn't turn out any better or worse, just different. So while I'm mindlessly doing this, all I'm doing is making sure that I touch, when I stick this next layer down, I'm just touching the paper that I previously put down. And I just want to make sure that I have something on every panel of the book. Does anybody read young adult novels? Like, you know, Hunger Games, all those good type of, you know, Twilight series. I'm addicted to young adult novels, I must say. Addicted. Especially dystopian ones. I think I'm going to put it here. I like to read at the gym. I'll get on that Stairmaster and put it on there and just go crazy. You just wait to watch the movies. And rice. I mean, I like them all. I actually just read The Midwife of Venice. I really liked that. So I do read some, you know, literature type books and stuff, and I do like vampire. Okay. So I have the bubblegum pink. Night, Tina. I love the Hunger Games. So I want a stencil in pink, but I need another color. I want to use a different color for that. So we've got lime green, we've got blue. There's a real light pink, and there's a, guess I could do cream too, or a darker pink. Yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of cream. I'll use some lemon chiffon. I like all types of books, but I get into like weird, you know, I just get into this, sometimes I'll just read all vampire books, and then, you know, now I'm on this dystopian young adult novel book kick, and I love to read, that's for sure. I'm telling you, if you're on the treadmill or the wonderful Stairmaster, which I like to use, or ellipticals, whatever, and you read, I'm telling you, time goes by so fast. So lemon chiffon is a little bit, I just like saying that. Oh boy, Hunger Games is awesome, I must say. I do. I like Marion Keyes a lot, actually. I think I've read most of them. I read all types of books. I really like Philippia Gregory. You know, before her books became movies, I read The Other Boleyn Girl, all that goodness. I mean, Diana Gabaldon. Gotta like Diana Gabaldon. If you hadn't read, that's good stuff. I like all kinds of books. Laurel got me reading the Janet Ivanovich. Yeah, yeah, Gina. What's the ones that I'm on number 4. So it's a very light coat. This lemon chiffon. You got to use your nose in there. Sandra Brown is good too. I like them all. I must say, I just get in these certain. Every once in a while, I get in these certain zones. You know what ticks me off though? Stephanie Plum series. Thanks, Gina. I don't know if I want to. We have Kobos in Canada. Yeah, I can get a Kindle, but I like the Kobo because that's what they were selling at Chapters and Indigo. Anyways, I do have a Kobo Touch. I do really like it. But all of a sudden, the books, and I don't think it's Kobo. I think it's like, publishers. All of a sudden, the ebooks. Before you could get an ebook and it was cheap. Now the ebooks are getting more expensive. Like I can go on Amazon and buy some of these books, the actual book, cheaper than the ebook. That doesn't make any sense to me. Has anyone else noticed that? Specifically, paperback novel books, not necessarily the, like if you're reading any nonfiction, like the diet and weight loss books I like to read. Okay, a little bit of lemon chiffon. I just like saying that. Yeah, I know, Dale. Just the past little while. There's this one book I want to read, and the next in a series, and it's $15.99, but I can go on Amazon and get it for $9.99. Doesn't make any sense. That's my vent for today. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't even put any. Look, I got all fluffed off. I didn't put the paper on this side. Got all worked up. That's what I get for complaining. Get all confused. You can buy the $25 gift card at Shoppers Drug Mart for Kobo, and you're lucky. You get one book and a half. Anyway, back to some art, eh? But I love to read. I know. Well, but art books, I have to have the paper. Absolutely. Hi, April. Absolutely have to have. I mean, you saw like yesterday or whenever I showed the other books. Absolutely. Just something about it, I have to have it in my hand. Most of the time, even my fitness and weight loss and health books, I also buy the actual book, not digital. Anything with pictures. I mean, even though I could bring it up Kobo on my iPad, you don't have to have a Kobo reader to buy Kobo books. I could put them on my iPad, but just something about having the actual book. You have a blue folder with cream paint on top. Please give me a color. Yellow. I agree, Darcy. Vicky. Vicky's going to bed. Night, Vicky. All right. See, look, you can have a good old chat while doing this at the same time. I gotta think about what stencil would be nice on this. Oh. I'm sore today because I upped my bench press. That's the thing about weightlifting or exercising. You always have to challenge your body. You always have to change it up, which means you're always sore. Okay. But you know, one thing people always, and I try not to watch people at the gym, but you have to challenge yourself. You know, if you're there, you know, Jillian Michaels always says, right? If you can easily do 12 reps of something, you're not lifting heavy enough. I mean, everybody has to start somewhere, but you gotta push yourself. All right. And that was my soapbox for today. Oh boy. Carol? Uh-oh. There's a dog outside barking, which means my puppies might start barking. This lemon chiffon is... I'm too giddy tonight. Oh boy. Johnny used to be a personal trainer? Really? You better believe it, when I put my mind map together, housewife's going to be down there on the side. I told Simon I'd be a great housewife. Except I couldn't support my habit that way. Alright. Julia Childs. I know, that's what I'm thinking in my head when I say it. Alright. I like it. So I think now I got it all worked out. I hate running. Absolutely hate running. I think I want to do another. No. I think, okay, I'm thinking too much. That's the problem. I'm thinking too much. So I'm just using the rest of the lemon there. I'm going to stamp something else, but this time I'll use the blue manganese. You know, I can play volleyball, I can play basketball, but I hate running. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Okay, so a bug. I just wanted to see a bug. Let's see what I got going on. I probably have lots of butterflies. Yeah, if you like running, there is or if you want to learn, there's an awesome website that, everybody recommends if you're on MyFitnessPal called Couch to 5K. Couch to 5K. And it's like, it tells you, run for so many seconds and then stop and then, run more and stop. All right. Let us see. Once you got this butterfly, but I do want to use this. Dar gave me this wonderful stamp with the pens and the wings. I have to put my any of these ones from whatchamacallit, Hampton Arts, they never stick. They don't stay stuck on the background for some reason. For me anyway. So I just put those ones in this box. Okay, I think I'm gonna use that. It's not necessarily a bug. Doesn't necessarily go with the theme, but I just like it. Night, Darcy. Big work day tomorrow. Good luck. It's stuck. Oh, I guess because it was technically on a. This isn't a cling mount. It was on. Yeah, when she sent it, used to be on. It used to be on a wood mount. So I will have to get out my. I use the blocks that have carpet tape on one side. And I don't have any carpet tape on this side, so I'll use cling on one and then, because I never, hopefully Rachel's not watching, I don't mount my stamps. Okay, so this is manganese blue. One thing you do have to remember though, when you're doing this thing, is if you're using stuff that's a certain side up, it's got a direction. For example, if I had this open and I stamped all my pens this way, because the pens are directional with the wings, it would be upside down when you flip it over to go that way. So it's true. I go to Starbucks after the gym. That's my little treat. I go to Starbucks. I make you guys be proud of me. You saw my mugs. I've been really trying to make my coffee at home, especially since Starbucks came out with that blonde roast. I really like it. So anyways, I've been making a conscious effort. So that's my little treat when I go to the gym. So I'm going to flip this over and fold it. I bought this pad at Michael's. I must say, I really like the color. Well, I like blue anyways, but manganese. I'm probably totally pronouncing it wrong. So same thing, I'm just remembering or trying to stamp one on each side. Make sure that some of them go off the page. Alright, so when that folds up, oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you gotta watch out Starbucks coffees. What I drink, when I say I treat myself, I drink, should we close up? So we got the blue wings. Same thing on the front. So when I, want to make sure that the wings are going upright at the front. So yeah, so like I was saying, you got Starbucks. I just drink regular coffee with sugar-free vanilla syrup, and I put half and half in there. But yeah, some of those, if you just get like with whip and whatever, you're talking 500 calories, more than a donut. Donuts are like 200 and something calories. You can, if you get a grande stuff, whoa. Okay, so stencilage. And it's going to really look good, if I do say so myself. Oh, opaque whisperer. Yeah, I got to show you my mug. Just because you said that. That's I put my one of the holders I have for brushes and such here. You can add the other, what you wrote the first time. But anyways, I just rich. Get myself in trouble. Okay, stencils. Because it's different than Canada in Canada than the US. Where are my? Oh yeah. Did anyone? Speaking of which, does anyone see that commercial? Maybe it's only Canadian. And there's some white guy on there trying to sound Jamaican. Dang it! What is it for? A commercial for? And it's all about oh, you should be happy or whatnot. Oh, I think I should use this one. I haven't used that one in a while. And they've got the worst accents going. Like, they do not sound Jamaican. It might be a Canadian commercial. Do you have that butterfly one with the swirls? It's a Volkswagen commercial, yeah. They don't sound Jamaican. They sound Trinidadian, actually. But sorry, I was doing that trying to flip it around. What do you think? Poppy stencil today? Ooh. So we could use this one or this one. I could use both. I could do this with the pink, and then I could maybe spray something through this. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, gonna get my spouncer. You know what's interesting? I challenged myself. Well, it's interesting to me. When I was in high school once, I challenged myself not to watch any TV for a whole month. And I did it without cheating. I read a lot of books, but I didn't miss it after a while. Like, it's silly. There's not too much that I really like, other than like Big Brother and Survivor. That's really the only shows that, you know, that I would miss. It's lots of shows I like to watch, but okay. It's been much easier if I did it this way. So I think just for continuity's sake, I'm going to do the same blossom here. This is one of their older, I should say older. It's not a Julie stencil. It's one of their ones they've had, the Crafters Workshop has had for a while. Am I even on screen? So, you know, same theory that I like to use is it is random, but it's planned randomness, right? So I'm putting this stencil and I'm making sure that it touches some part of the paper and hangs off certain edges. So like, look, I'll put this one halfway on there. So it is somewhat random, but at the same time, there's thought behind or design principles behind the randomness. Okay. And because this isn't directional, this time I can, I don't even know if we get Downtown Abbey in Canada. I haven't seen it. Simon's been making me watch The Big Bang Theory lately. It is kind of funny. There is some funny parts. I'm not a science geek. I never liked science. In fact, I hated science in school. But it is funny. Oh no, Duck Dynasty. I would miss Duck Dynasty. That is the absolute funniest show I've ever seen. I'm just saying, I really like Duck Dynasty. I think it's hilarious. Uncle Si is absolutely the funniest, but it just kills me. They're funny without trying to be funny. Oh, I like this one. Let's go over here. It's on like Donkey Kong. Oh boy, you gotta watch it. Your mom watches it, Dale? Alright. You'll also see me count odd numbers. It's taken me a while, but I can kind of tell that this is an odd number, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I always do odds. I have been watching My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding because it's a train wreck and you can't stop watching it. Alright, do this on the other side. Like this girl, the one girl actually used bleach to brush her teeth. I almost fell over. TLC was like, do not attempt these things. You know, there was this warning before the show started. Like, she's like, but don't swallow it. It could be bad for you. Like, this can't be real. Nobody would be silly enough to brush their teeth with bleach. No. But she did it. So bad for you. Oh my goodness. Like, I mean, I guess there's lots of bad things for you, but man, that's just bad news right there. All right, I need a little bit more. What do you mean, Joyce's, that we're so similar? Have you been watching Duck Dynasty? It's hilarious. Good, clean fun, that show. Good, wholesome jokes. Alright, almost done the pouncing. Maybe one more right there. Oh, you gotta watch Duck Dynasty. It's absolutely hilarious. Uncle Si is the funniest. Oh, I just laughed thinking about it. Okay, put that over there. I've got some extra stuff on my spouncer here. So normally, because even though you think your spouncer's dry, like nothing's coming off, I just put a little bit of water and then create a wash in one of my, there's lots of paint left over, but you know, it's kind of seeped into everything. So I just do a nice wash. It also cleans the spouncer. Ooh, now we're getting out of hand there. Ooh, I put a little bit too much water. Too much water on that bad boy. Well, nobody's going to want this now. I put pink everywhere. Okay, I hate wasting paint. I absolutely bothers me. Just gonna clean my mat a little bit. All right, so we're coming along. You can see. Sorry for that little shadow there. Oh yeah, those 48 Hours mysteries. I get hooked on those. Especially they show them on the weekend for like a marathon. Alright, so before I ink the edges, we're going to take this little guy, and I think what it needs is a little bit of I still like the Lindy Stamp Gang Moonshadow Mists. I really do like the walnut ink look. Whew, that was a tongue twister. Buccaneer Bay Blue. I think that's what I'll use. So this is Lindy Stamp Gang Moonshadow Mist. So it's going to add the little touch of brown and a little shimmer. The shimmer will be blue once I shake it up. Not this bad boy, eh, Kimber? You've been listening to me too long. I don't know. Do you ever get in those? I don't know why I say that all of a sudden. Soon I'll have Joyceage saying it in her stream. You see this? Ooh, look at this bad boy. Sorry. Oh no. Hi, Barb. Myself. I am punch drunk. Okay. This is also a Crafter's Workshop stencil. And it may not look like anything now, but when it dries, you'll really be able to see the... I want to put this one upside down because it is directional. Again, though, lots of times when I use this spray as a top layer, it's more about texture than, you know, than necessarily the actual design. So. Alright, so before I flip it over, though, I do want to dry it. Oh. Hey, Barb. Hey, Barb. Dare I show Barb? I was talking about you earlier. Just don't ask Joyce. Joyce is gonna kill me. Joyce says hers broke. Now you gotta see if it looks like this, because apparently some do and some don't. Like, see how it's open there? Jess says she has one that's completely closed. I said you gotta be gentle, Joyceage. Okay, so let's heat this, because I don't want to flip it over and get... I like the spots, but, you know, I don't want to get a hot mess. Heat gun. Hold away from your face. Sorry. Oh, I'm so gonna get hate mail. Alright, I got a couple of heavier spots there that I will just dab up here with the paper towel as soon as I find one. Where'd it go? Oh, well, I guess I'll use my baby wipe. Alright, so you just see a little bit of the... I know it's upside down. Now you could use whatever color you like, but that's why I like a little bit of the moon shadow mist, because it's shiny. You see the little blue shimmer? Because I chose, but you can still see the little bit of brown. I like it. I like how it looks there. I don't know if you can see it from far up, but from far up. Oh my goodness, listen to me. Alright, let's do this side. West side. Oh. Sorry, I'm just getting the excess off over there in my leftover journal. Put this in this time. Alright. So again, there's lots of goodness on there, so I just put it in my leftover journal and just let it be. Woo! Sorry, it just dropped. It looks like bark cloth fabric. What the heck is that? Alright, there's a technique. There's a technique. You have to hold it like this. Open it to a 90 degrees. Put your fingers, pinch it at just at the top, and pull down this way while this one, right? So you're pulling it away from each other like that. Old drapery fabric from the 50s. Heat gun. Again, choose whatever color you like. Let's just like this. I guess I should put it on. See the little shimmer, 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 shimmer. Okay. So just like I like to ink the edges, and I specifically like black. Sometimes before I do it, I fold it all up. Again, use whatever color. I used some browns there. Brown would have been just as nice. But I'm going to ink every little edge here. So everybody has, like, you know, their little own unique style on how to decorate these. Hopefully you can just try this simple, well, it may not be necessarily simple, but quick way. And I like I said, I like these type of projects that not much thinking, right? Like we discussed TV and books and coffee and ink pads. I saw it. I'm like, stick with me, kid. There's lots to learn. I was watching on my phone just after I got out of bed to Joyce's stream, man. I'm like, I can't log in and tell them. Okay. So, all inked up. You know what it needs? Linda, what does it need? Linda can... Hey, Julie. You were thinking what, Joyce? Itty bitty background. So some people like to use punchinella and all that, bubble wrap. I like my itty bitty backgrounds from Stampin' Up! To add a little bit of texture. My chair is making a serious amount of noise tonight. I'm not sure why. I guess I'm like right into this project. I'm moving around a lot. I just think it ties in nicely. But like I said, you can use punchinella, bubble wrap, whatever floats your boat. See, just a little bit of something that helps tie it in. There we go. A file folder book. Gelatos. In my humble opinion, if I was going to spend money, Neocolor 2's absolutely #1 on the list. Portfolios are $10 for a pack. You can't go wrong with that. And you get, what, 24 colors? But you don't get metallics. But these slick sticks, these twistables, Crayola that you can get at Michael's for cheap, they are just as creamy as, in my opinion, I love Faber-Castell. We can get all the big brush pens we want. You know, big brush, regular brush. I love Faber-Castell, but they're expensive. I really find those, I have some gelatos, but I find they're expensive. And they're just, you use so much of them, you know? Now, portfolios are also made by Crayola. They're water-soluble oil pastels. So they're a little bit, you don't have to wet them if you don't want to. I've got lots of videos using the portfolios. I have 2 sets of my own. They used to sell them at Staples in the US. Now somebody, one of our American friends could tell us. Yeah, they still sell them at Staples in the US. You can get them at Blix for sure. And the slick sticks from Crayola, what I like about that is it comes with a white, which is a really nice white, and it also comes with silver and gold. It's this big set. You get them in the kids section. But they are really nice. And of course, you know I like, but they're all different, right? Art bars. Derwent art bars I really like, but they're more of a crayon, a water-soluble crayon, you know, rather than the oil pastels. A little bit, they're all a little bit different, but for some crazy reason, gelatos are so expensive. I mean, you can buy a nice set of art bars. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I just don't know why they're so expensive. Because they, you know, you can go and spend $2 for Neocolor 2. Neocolors are not cheap, that's for sure. But it lasts a long time. You only need a tiny bit. Right? You only need a tiny bit. But for some reason, those gelatos, like, they just, anyway. Gotta get off my soapbox again. They have some beautiful colors. Don't get me wrong. I just think there's different other options to spend your money. Just reading. Okay, so one thing I like to do, you'll see on all of my books, this is the box that I use to put when I have to put stuff away. I have obviously not gotten to putting all my stuff away the past couple days. Dang it. And this is, I don't know, I forget who makes this particular washi tape. But I like to add the washi tape on the, you see all the little mini books I've made this way. I just think it looks nice. You could use ribbon, you know, you don't have to put anything. Just a fun way to use your washi tape, especially because yes, exactly. If you can find, I even showed that on stream, which probably would have been deleted a long time ago. Where did they go? All right, who stole them? I seem to have lost them. How could I lose them? There was another, I guess I did one of those organizing things, and oh, you know why? I threw away the box. When I was organizing, oh no, that's not it. Let's make wash. They got me all kerfuddled. This now you got me all worked up because I don't know where my water soluble. I put them together. Where would I put them after that? Anyways, Faber-Castell does sell gel sticks in a smaller size. And I showed them once. And they look exactly like, not my nail colors, they look exactly like gelatos, but they're called something different. Now, I put them together somewhere. I mean, they couldn't have gone far. It's not like I've used them. Oh my gosh, they're right in front of my face. Oh. Sorry, they weren't, these are made by Lyra. I don't know if they're still around. Maybe if Vicky's here, she can do some researching for us. These ones called Aqua. Come on. He wants to focus. Aquarel gel crayons. Maybe if I don't use pink, it would help. Let's show the black. Made by Lyra. Now, these are all my cheaper water soluble. So I have the water soluble Reeves crayons and these Lyra ones in here. So, but I also have the Faber-Castells. When I first got the Faber-Castells, I'm like, they look similar. Because I remember buying these ones a long time ago when I worked at the scrapbook store, so it's been 10 years ago now. And I wanted them because they look like lipsticks. Silly, eh? But anyway, they are the exact same packaging. Exact same. So obviously Faber-Castell has lots more different colors, and I do like some of these Faber-Castells that are like this blue one I have is shimmery, but they're expensive, I must say. I think you'd be much happier with some Neo colors, saving for some Neo colors with the coupon and the twistables from Crayola and portfolios. And the portfolios are like what, $9? Anyways, yeah, I feel much better that I found that. So a little bit of washi tape. I also like to get my tiny attacher. Not this tiny attacher, Dee Dee. The real tiny attacher. And I do like to just put the little staple. It doesn't have to be tiny. It could be a regular stapler too. But because this is open, right? This is open. So that's what the book looks like, and it's very springy. So what I like to do is find some overnight I'll put these little clips on, bulldog clips there, right on the seam, right where it's folded, and I find that by the time the morning comes, what's a stapler? My tiny attacher or the big one? I started with a regular file folder, but I did cut off about 1 inch, like the tabs and stuff. I did cut off those. All of the other, when I made this book, I used half of a file folder. And that fits the regular size tags perfectly. So it all depends on the size that you want. So I just took, I don't have, when I say half of a file folder, I literally just take the file folder they are all staplers. It's just that Tim Holtz calls his a tiny attacher. So I take it apart like that and then fold it up that way. Then you have the perfect size for those smaller ones. Yeah, but I like the way this turned out. I think it's nice. And the front cover, so this would be the front cover. You know, then you can decorate it whichever way you want. I just like how that, get a little bit of that moon shadow mist. I like that moon shadow mist. Oh yeah, tiny attacher is this big. Regular staplers. This is ink. That's the tiny attacher. This is regular stapler. Hold on. Yeah, so that's a pretty small little guy. And it's cute. It's nice on a project. It's so nice Darcy has two. The big one, that's what, this is what Dee Dee calls, as a joke, this is what she calls her tiny attacher. But it's the extended one for when you make books. She likes to joke about that. Yeah. When night, Lisa. I find if I put the bulldog clips on it, just keeps the memory. And then hey Deb, I just finished a file folder thing. You can see it up close. Da, da, da. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to put in it. Or if I give it away, then you could make your own tags that size. It doesn't have to be one of the tags that, you know, if you have, remember this is from my jelly plate, and then on Saturday we put the molding paste. You can just cut it down to whatever size, 3 by 7. It doesn't have to be a specific standard size. So. I don't even know what a Wacom is. Yep, Julie, there's lots more people. Anyways, I think we're about done. One more shot of my Bella. I drew her with her teeths. Her teeths. He likes it. Oh yeah, Barb didn't see it. The tablet with a pen instead of using a mouse. Oh. Yeah, and I also did a cat today. With some blue eyes. It was a black and white cat, but I didn't do any black. I just left the color of the postcard originally. Asha's gonna be hard though. Last time I tried to draw Asha, it ended up looking like what did Carrie used to say? It's downstairs. Carrie made fun of me and said it looked like a. I think it was Carrie. Maybe it wasn't. I'm probably giving her a bad name. Did look like Wookie. I think I do have it in here somewhere. I think it was in here. I never finished this journal either. Oh, that's where that is. At the gym, I get body fat percentage and weight, but I gotta get it done again, so I was looking for that. Anyway, let me show you what somewhere. Unless I may have covered it over. I was they're doing good. The puppies and the cats and everybody's. What's funny is Asha all of a sudden is really taken to sitting on my lap, and it's weird. Where before she would, you know. They made fun of my drawing. It's hard to draw her with all that hair. Making fun of my poor Asha. I didn't draw very much in this journal, that's for sure. This is the famous Joyceage magazine journal. But I do like looking at it every once in a while because, for example, I've got, when we did these pages, I wrote myself little notes. I don't know what it's in here, from my envelope punch. I collect those books. I collect books that have envelopes in them, like the Jolly Pocket Postman and such, like all of the Nick Bantock series. But I did write in here. Joyce showed us how to glue papers in, but it turned out absolutely super thick. I didn't expect it to be so thick in the end. But not much drawing. Lots of tape. You see lots of tape on all of them because they just literally all wanted to come out. Every single one they had to tape. It's my bridges. Some washi tape when I first got them from that. But I like this journal. Like I kept this is the first thing I bought that was a size medium. So I kept the little thing that's also a size medium. That's what I like about these type of journals. I did a Breaking Dawn one, Twilight. It was just UK glamour that was just, you know, that's it. It wasn't anything too exciting. But see, you can see now that where I've started to go night, Jonna. Now, every page is glued together. You have to glue together. Well, for me, and these were thinner, like regular magazine pages, so I had to glue. They're all with just glue stick, 2 pieces glued together. But you can see now it's just all backgrounds mostly, rather than. Oh look, I drew a pig. Excuse me. A found pig. But I mean, I did do some writing and drew some flowers, I guess. But this is a type of journal that I like to keep on the couch. You know, where something I use when cupcakes. Cupcakes. Oh, I torture myself with that one. But see, every page has some tape in it. Coffee cup. This was Christmas. I think Joyce recently said that you can see it gets real thick here, so you know it's best to work from front to back, you know, so that it's not so. This dog, that was part of the page, so I just painted around him. Little puppets. I gotta finish this. I should bring this downstairs. Sometimes I just liked what was in the magazine. I liked your surprised look. You can see I didn't finish a lot of this in the back. There's some Lush. I stuck in a Lush wrapper. That was part of the magazine. I just put a frame around it. This is a napkin. But I like that. I liked an article, so I just kept it. Joyce showed us that. Less fluff. This whole book is fluff. Anyways, you can absolutely, I covered it on a stream, but you see how it's definitely the thickest book and heaviest book I have. But I definitely have to finish it. Anytime I flip through it, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna bring this downstairs. With my Bella. I'm proud of this Bella. It's pretty good. I gotta figure out how to get the eyes. Like, see how I put this? You have to ask D. So I put a little bit of cream there, or white. Right, Kimber? I mean, but her eyes are dark. That's a thing. Like, when you look at her, there's no white. It's just her eyes are completely dark. Along the lid. I mean, I did put in some lights around her muzzle, but I thought I did a pretty good job because she didn't pug. She's a pug, but she's also a Chihuahua, part Chihuahua, so her snout's longer. It's not as flat. So I was really trying to get her snout to look. Oh, but teeps. I always say when she does that, I'm like, oh, show me your teeps. It's not very often. Like I don't know how. Anyways, it'll be fun to put these all in a book. Okay, so check out my blog for Saturday. Put the sparkle dot in the same side as their eyes. I was wondering that. But, because I put this white spot, because believe it or not, if you looked at the picture that I used, I think it's one that I tweeted too. It looked like maybe it was just the lighting, but it looked like that's where the actual spots were. Maybe she's just cross-eyed. Hi, Joyceage. But I agree, maybe I should move this over there. But anyways, check out my blog tomorrow. I'll make sure I tweet it so that we can have a list of what you need for the challenge on Saturday. Which should be fun. Joyceage will have the timer. No. Or you can make your own backgrounds like this. But it's all about not thinking. That's what we're going to practice on Saturday. Not thinking about where the best place to put something is. It's just just to do. And you get random things like this. Yeah, Julie, Saturday, I'm gonna put, we're gonna be inspired. I was inspired by the book Kaleidoscope. So we're gonna do something similar on Saturday, where I'll put a list of supplies, and we'll do, we'll go step by step together in a timed fashion to make some cool starter things. Well, mine ended up being postcards, and I also cut them down to ATC sizes too. Yeah, Dee Dee says tomorrow she's going to do something with that book as well. But I already promised whenever I streamed yesterday or the day before that we were going to do this challenge. I don't know if she's going to do that specific artist that I did. I think she might be doing something different. No, Gina. It's not going to be the exact same. I'm not going to do the same thing from that book, just the same concept. So I may say, kind of like, remember that Poe Pressure show? Maybe you don't, maybe you weren't around it. But anyway, I'll give you a list of supplies, and then we'll say, okay, you don't need the book, is what I'm saying, yeah. I'll just give you the list of supplies, and then you just show up with your supplies, and then we'll all work together. But it's all about not thinking. Yeah, I'm going to put it on my blog tomorrow, so I'll tweet it too. I'll tweet my blog link when it goes up tomorrow morning. Inkwell. Yeah, thanks, Gina. She's on at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Eastern tomorrow, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so she'll be on tomorrow. All right. Oh my goodness, it's midnight? How am I going to get up early enough to watch Dee Dee? Okay, guys, see you tomorrow at Dee Dee's. If not, see you Saturday or over on Twitter. Bye, everyone.